Start.
Today we'll talk about market segmentation and patterns of market segmentation. Market segmentation is a must as no consumer is exactly having identical or another as to what he or she expects, desires, needs and wants. So it differs according to each consumer. People have different needs, they have different values. So marketer cannot address himself to the total population. So he needs some kind of segmentation or some kind of a division to identify the customers and then to look into the needs and requirement of that particular customer or group of customers. So marketing manager knows that there is no such thing as a single market for any given product or service. So the reason behind the development of market segmentation is once the market is segmented, it will be easy for the marketer to identify the needs and requirement of each people or a group of people. So the requirement of each people will be grouped so that will help the marketer to directly reach the consumer with his or her needs. So keeping this agenda, we'll look what are the patterns of market segmentation. There are three patterns of market segmentation: homogeneous pattern, diffuse pattern, and cluster pattern. So keeping it very simple, homogeneous preference is one when consumers want the same things. It may be a cosmetic or it may be an electronic gadget. Example, the consumers of Samsung. There may be a group of people who want Samsung phone alone. So they are homogeneous. As the name indicates, homogeneous is something similar. So similar taste is existing among the consumers who are in group. So you can straight away take the example of Samsung users or Apple phone users. So they identify some kind of homogeneous preference towards one particular product. So homogeneous preference will exist when consumers want the same things. Moving on to diffuse preference. This exists when consumers want very different things. So this is actually difficult for the marketer to identify the needs and requirement of the consumer when his perspective is different. So when there are group of consumers or individual consumers who really want something very different, that is called as diffuse preference. So what the marketer will do here is he will group the consumers who have different things, who have different perspectives. So that is also grouping, right? So when he is able to group the consumers who are having different perspectives and who want different things that to be consumed, that is called as diffuse preference. Finally, cluster preference. This reveals that the natural segment from groups with shared preferences. So this is almost like your homogeneous, but the difference here is the group of customers will be clubbed together. For example, Samsung. We can take that example. So Samsung consumers, the people who are using Apple phone and the people who are using Realme. So these three consumers will be grouped together. So when you enter a retail store or individual store, there will be group of products. You know, when the customer enters, there will be like a few consumers stretching or reaching to one product. Another group of customers will be reaching to another product. So these different consumers will be grouped together and according to that, analyzation will take place. So all these preferences or all these patterns of market segmentation will help the marketer to identify the need and requirement of the consumer so that he will enhance his sales. So once he is doing all his field work and finding out what is the need of the consumer and then grouping them, it is easy for him to sell the product. So the ultimate aim is to sell the product, increase the volume of sales and at last to earn the profit. So to enjoy all this, market segmentation is important and the pattern of market segmentation is much important for the marketer. Thank you.